Assalamualaikum and good day. My name is Sanani binti Ahmad Zubair from Universiti Teknologi MARA, Cawangan, Pulau Pinang. I would like to present a paper entitled Analyzing Islamic Values Through Student Personal Reading Logs. Islamic values define the foundations for good individual and social life and will not be for real unless Muslims truly practice Islamic values. Immoral conducts involving Muslims are on the rise, especially among students in higher learning institutions across Malaysia. Considering researchers' experience as educators, it is safe to conclude that there is a need to address this issue in order to reduce immoral conducts among Muslim students by equipping learners as well as teachers with some awareness of Islamic values. Such a backdrop has sparked the researchers' interest to examine the awareness of Islamic values among Muslim students. Document analysis was employed as the research instrument of this study. Document analysis was done by scrutinizing students' personal reading log responses in terms of the Islamic values discussed. Convenience random sampling was employed as students who are undertaking integrated language skills reading, ELC 151, were chosen. 158 PRL responses were analyzed using NVivo 12. The responses were categorized and coded according to themes. This was done twice to ensure that there were no main ideas being overlooked. Upon analyzing the students' personal reading log responses, 9 themes were identified, namely adab, akhlaq, Arabic terms, exemplary behavior of the prophets, the Muslim students' related experience, hadith or Quranic verses, Islamic history, Islamic practices, and Islamic prohibitions. Figure 1 here presents the number of occurrences of each theme, which were extracted from NVivo 12 analysis. The occurrence percentages of the identified themes is presented in figure 2. 25% of the occurrences is on adab, 24% on hadith or Quranic verses, 15% on akhlaq, 12% on both Arabic terms and Islamic prohibitions, 7% on exemplary behavior of the prophets, 4% on Islamic practices, and 0.5% on both the Muslim students' related experience and Islamic history. There are 5 main themes. The first one is adab. It is noteworthy that students of the present study discuss manners, morals, and decencies as prescribed in Islamic etiquette, which was termed as adab. Among the adab highlighted by students were adab towards parents, family members, and the community. Moreover, the students also explain on what kind of behavior or adab should a Muslim have. Some students highlighted the adab towards parents, such as, in Islam, mother is someone that we need to respect the most. And Islam has taught us to always respect the elders, especially our parents. Secondly, hadith or Quranic verses. Hadith or Quranic verses is one of the salient themes used by the students when discussing Islamic values in the PRL responses. Hadith is an account describing the words and actions of the Prophet, whereas Quranic verses are statements from the Quran. For example, when discussing about polygamy and how a husband should be treating his wife, some of the examples of Hadith or Quranic verses highlighted by the students were, then, if you fear that there will be no justice between your wives, then marry only one, or wear the female slaves you have. That is closer to prevent so that you do not do injustice. This is based on Holy Quran, Surah 4, Ayah 4. The believers whose faith is most perfect are those who have the best morals, and the best of you who are those who are the best to his wife. Hadith al-Tirmizi. And the third one is akhlaq. As opposed to adab, which focuses on manners, akhlaq, on the other hand, focuses more on ethics that indicates moral philosophy. The students highlighted the importance of instilling good akhlaq towards Allah and towards other people in oneself. With regards to akhlaq towards Allah, the student emphasized on being grateful by stating, This explains that this morality is found in Islam, which asserts that every Muslim to always be grateful for the gifts and sustenance given by Allah. The fourth one is Islamic Arabic terms. In elaborating on Islamic values learned from the short stories, students also employed the use of Islamic Arabic terms that they are very familiar of. Some of the terms are used to describe both good and bad traits in Islam, such as amanah, taqwa, tawakkal, husnuzan, sabar, rida, and munafiq. An example of the students' response is, for a Muslim, children are an amanah that we need to ensure they will become an asset to the society. Finally, Islamic prohibitions. 12% or a total of 21 occurrences was found in this study on Islamic prohibitions. The students tend to condemn the sinful acts instead of pointing out the virtuous acts. There were 6 occurrences of abstaining from lying. The students indicated, in Islam, lying to other people is a sin, and Muslim has been told to prevent from telling a lie. And in Islam, lie is forbidden and is considered as sin, and Muslims must prevent from telling a lie. Islamic studies is integrated in classrooms from kindergarten, primary, secondary school to tertiary education. In the case of the present study, students may employ the knowledge on Islamic values from Islamic studies class, which may not only be from their educational institutions. They may also learn from their parents, people around them, since they were small, besides reading on their own, watching Islamic programs, or listening to Islamic talks on various platforms, live or recorded online. This is evident in the findings of the present study, as the students' responses reflected their knowledge in relation to Islamic values that were learned formally and informally. In conclusion, teaching English is not only about producing good English proficiency among students, but at the same time, bringing forth virtuous Muslim students. The researchers hope by carrying out a study of this nature would make Islam as a way of life closer to the student's heart, even in English language classroom. It is hoped that more studies will be carried out on inculcating Islamic values in any classroom, not only exclusive to Islamic studies classrooms. Moreover, future studies may want to focus on both teachers and students' constituencies in inculcating Islamic values in English language classrooms. These are the references. Thank you for your time and have a great day ahead.